Hello, I'm Jerford K. Horcrims. And these are all the same people who were here before, in a mysterious new guise. Now, before we continue, a few novel pieces of information, some housekeeping, if you will. First of all, of course, happy Thanksgiving. Second, we have had a bunch of stuff launch during our extended Black Fridays promotion. So that includes the new Acq Inc. Blankie, obviously joggers as they are called, blood tea. Thanks, of course, to Elderwood Academy, Level Up Dice, longtime allies of the show. Be sure to check out the Shadow Council dice box that we all, collectively designed. And that was back in September, but come take a piece of it. It's for you. Now, does anyone else have anything they would like to say?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Hey, everybody.
Well, what is it?
Well, listen, it's going to be Kate and I. We're hosting the Child's Play virtual dinner auction. It's on Thursday, December 10th. Get your tickets. There's going to be a link provided right here. Just click right here.
It's but for those of you who aren't looking at it, it's childsplaycharity.org/auction from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific on Thursday, December 10th. We are going to be auctioning off stuff, making some jokes, not too many, and there is an option. There are lots of cool ticket options. One of the ticket options allows you to receive in the mail a care package so that you might enjoy the same cocktail upon which Chris and I will also be sipping.
Yeah.
Courtesy,
it's a way
I believe,
to synchronize.
Of Jeff Magic.
Yes, that's true. But it's a way to synchronize. Like when the Shadow Chancellor went down to Oz, one of the things that we made sure of was that we each had a couple of the same bottles to drink from, and it's a surprisingly powerful. I guess this is a reason why these rituals work. It's apparently quite powerful to eat and drink the same things that other people are eating and drinking.
Wait, I just have a question. So Kate and Chris are doing that. Ryan, what are we doing for our competing event?
Starts at 6:01 p.m.
with toys. What are we doing?
Because if there's one thing I know about charity, it's that it's competitive.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could find like undeserving children that have toys and games and take them and give them to the hospital.
Oh, Ryan and I actually. So
they can operate an inverse charity, right?
Yeah, we're operating on kind of like we're like an anti-Santa.
Yeah, I love it. Now, so we had a big game. It feels like that. I feel emotionally exhausted.
I think we told a story together.
I could keep playing for another 8, 10, 12 hours.
I'm so emotionally exhausted. I canceled plans that I had for later.
In real life?
Where I was like, hey, I can't watch that documentary tonight. I'm emotionally exhausted.
I'm invigorated. I feel great. I could run a marathon.
It was a thrill ride.
I'm hungry.
Geez, yeah, for
I could eat.
For sure. Yeah.
There's a question in the chat.
Oh yeah. So, Tris, did you knew that Brittany was Brahma before the end? I mean, obviously, because I could see on your face the instant I introduced this character.
Oh yeah, Brittany Ramone.
Her name could have been anything. Her name,
and you'd know
anything. It I just knew. I knew. You like. Oh God, I have a sticker. It's right here, and I wanted to hold it up when you announced her, and it says, "What a time to day in your life."
But no, like she had a really cool, like that playoff of like, I don't know, I'm not sure I could be more pleased with it. I really do feel I really am impressed by how well you adapted to this new system, because it's not like. It isn't really like the other one. Mechanically, there's a lot more information on those sheets than there is on this sheet.
This is tailor-made
for us.
For all of us, but specifically Kate.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
Really?
It's pretty scary.
This is like dangerous to a player that wants to be a player, but is also a DM at heart. It's like, yes, I can play until I don't want to anymore. And now we're doing this, and everyone's just like, yay, actually.
Listen, can we discuss it now? Is this 6E? Is this what happened?
This is 6E.
Is that all right?
Welcome
Okay.
to 6th edition.
Finally,
everyone.
thank goodness we got
One dice we standardized.
I wanted to go back to the topic of Brittany, though. I will.
Yeah.
I just want to point out that one of us has her number. It ain't you. So we could
I know.
we need to enter into some negotiations.
I'm just telling you, like, what a cool vibe. And I especially like the idea that Douglas gets in the truck with Danny, drives away. Kathy's almost certainly like, okay, that's interesting. But then, of course, Douglas is looking back up like he knows what's going on there. And then that's the first thing he gets out of the truck, goes right over there. Like, this is not the first time that's happened, people.
Yeah.
It's happened a couple times.
Do you think Kathy would be jealous that a girl was dropping you off, Douglas?
I don't think Kathy would be jealous of Danny. I just don't.
No.
You don't think so?
No, I think she would want an I feel like
She wants to know.
No,
Yeah.
what the?
I'm asking Douglas.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, she would want to know. I don't know. There's a lot of ways to go. I mean, these are all story beat kind of things. There's a lot of fun ways you could take it.
And it is fun.
It is fun.
I'm trying to get more gameplay out of this. Be like, okay, let's see that scene between
Well,
Douglas and Kathy.
well,
real quick.
exactly right. But I mean,
that's left unsaid.
yeah, but
Teenage
that's
courtship is a complicated, weird thing.
but you get to
Wow.
choose. I mean, that's the cool thing about this is that anybody can get more if they want, and to the extent that they can change the entire ending of the game, like Chris did, right?
That was
That's-
awesome.
That's
so
not
glad.
on my sheet.
I'm so glad that that's permitted. What
That's
Chris
not
did.
on my
That was
sheet.
So cool.
Everything is
Everything
permitted.
I know. It is funny that we were like getting to the end there because it's like realistically weird that he fell into a wall. Weird that I pulled him out with a rope. Weird that a grown man came out with him. But
Yeah, but that's so
I gotta
dinar.
get home. I gotta get home.
It's so dinar though.
Gotta get that
The whole
eight.
thing is like, yeah, lots happening, I guess, but man, I need 8 and skate. I gotta get out.
Yeah. Well, what do you? I mean, at some point, everybody's just operating on shock, right? I mean, like
Yeah,
the man
and
came out, you fell in there, and then
If Chris was like, oh, it's Dad, oh my God, it's so good to see you, or whatever. Obviously, if it was a stranger, he'd be like, who is this man who
I
fell
was
on
gonna
me?
say, can you imagine? That's the story's
That's
like,
weirder.
who's this
That's
asshole?
worse.
Ah!
No, it's just Tom.
And then he
Ugh.
just runs off.
Tom, go back in that hole. We don't want you out here.
I
I
didn't
thought you were
want you.
somebody else. Fucking Tom. God damn it.
Thanks, kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I can continue with my scam.
Yeah.
What is he? Well, that's a story
Yeah,
for another
dude.
time.
It's the most elaborate scam of all time.
Put myself in danger so I can get saved.
Now, so if anyone wants a fascinating thing, and of course, there's already been some visual indices of it, but if you are curious about the iconography
Yes.
that drove these 2 episodes, you should take a look at the butterfly curve, parentheses, transcendental parentheses. It's a transcendental plane curve discovered by Temple H. Fay of the University of Southern Mississippi in 1989.
I'm impressed that it's
there's-
1989.
They're still doing math, I guess.
Yeah.
They're still making it. But
What year
I
are
was
we
gonna
in?
say, yeah. What year are we in?
right now, it's 1985.
Okay.
So we can move into 1986 specifically. But I mean, you know what? That was the old plan. Like, the truth is, I wrote my ass off. So I always, my fear is that I'm not going to have enough stuff to feed you, right?
That's always the fear.
That's
Yeah.
always the classic problem. But
Not with this crew.
no, but the truth is that this group is food. And so there's no
Food makes its
content.
own food.
Yeah, it's algae essentially.
I'm confident, Jerry, that you could have contributed absolutely nothing and we would have crafted a story of some kind. Like,
Oh, I
there's-
guarantee.
Yeah,
Well,
you
that was
are superfluous, I would say.
you.
Exactly.
Very,
Not
very-
necessary for this.
very healing and nourishing to hear. But but basically the drawback. I mean, that's what Chris Perkins discovered.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
his game, and not that he was running for us, but he gave him a bunch of envelopes.
That's right.
and then
Just
they
let them
played
DM themselves.
with no dungeon master.
Yeah.
They just opened envelopes. It was like a legacy game on stage, I guess.
Jerry, there's a question from the chat.
Oh,
What of the last 2 games have surprised you? What expectations did you have going into this?
Well, it doesn't surprise me at all. As I suggested before, it doesn't surprise me at all how adept the group became at it. I will say that the finale, I will say that Chris's modification to the finale is far better. And so, generally speaking, mine is typical nihilist horseshit. But this is actually much better. And again, I think it's a strength of this game that it enables and encourages players to do things like that. But by the same token, I missed it a lot. And like I said, I wrote so much. And I wrote what I thought was 2 games. And I mean like episodes and episodes, like 2 full scenarios. And I needed one of them for 4 hours. And I think that's just a testament to perhaps our collective hunger. But
don't throw away work, baby. We can do it all.
No,
just
it's
add
true.
some extra sessions.
Yeah,
it's end to end. It's end to end. But I really, really love what everybody did. I think the difference, right, is that when we finish a game like this, because it's constructed mechanically the way that it is, I really feel like it's something that we did completely together, and it's not quite as driven as extensively by me, which I don't mind doing, but I don't, I mostly just want to play with you. And so for me, this is a game that is at least as much fun as Dungeons and Dragons, if not more fun, just because everybody gets to, you know what I mean? It's like, you ever played Rock Band? You remember how when Rock Band was big and cool?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right. And all of a sudden you have an opportunity to find out that like your friend Tina, like, really knows how to sing for some reason, and it never came up. Yeah. Like you just had no context in which a friend of yours could sing in front of other people. Like, I feel like that's sort of what this does. It's like everybody gets to come in, everybody gets to shine. And I mean, I poke and prod here and there, right? But that's not really what the game is about. It's really about this really interesting, really smooth, cool story. And I like the movie conceit too, honestly, for this game. I like that because I don't think about the camera really, generally speaking, when I'm role playing, right?
Yeah.
But if you have the camera as a construct, you can make really interesting mental scenery pictures. Like you can make really interesting aesthetic choices in the imaginary game. Like I really like the I really like that at the second venue for the graffiti, you could like see it and then like pull the picture down and look at it in real life, and it's actually wider. And then the third time you look at it, you pull it down, there's nothing left.
Yeah. That stuff can't exist without the language of movies.
A film.
We can use it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really, really neat. And, they sort of encourage you in Tales from the Loop to write sort of 3-act structures. I was talking to Ryan about this before the game. They sort of encourage you to do it that way. You should probably do all adventures that way, frankly. But it turns out that the act structure is a pretty robust way of constructing narratives. Who knew? Who knew that was a thing? Interesting. Not me. I didn't take it. I didn't go to college.
Good tip. Yeah.
It really, really works. But I can't stress enough. I have a whole other page of stuff. It's hot. There's kisses in it. I'm not gonna. There's kisses in it.
I'm with Tris. This is we got to play all this out. That's the only. That's the only way.
How do you stop? How do you stop doing it?
I've been.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I've been dreading a lot of my Zoom calls that are fun based because I'm so tired of being on Zoom.
Yes.
And so I have a Zoom exhaustion, and so I didn't anticipate how much I needed this.
Yeah.
And how important this group of people is to me.
Yeah.
Also wanted to nominate MVP as Principal Grant.
That poster was
inspired.
It was a good idea.
I love it.
It was too funny because it started out as like a joke, and then I'm like, No, but generally speaking, I mean, that's sort of like been the history of like the type of work that I do. A lot of things start as jokes and then become real things.
Well, I was there when Alyssa was like, "Do you want me to do that again?" And you were like, "You'll lose your job unless you do that again." So
no,
that was
it was too amazing. It's like, is that fine? It's like, are you kidding? No, it's exquisite, and it has to be a part of my life going forward. And also, I want to thank Ryan for my background as well, because there's just something. It's like the '90s version of like a beatification sort of thing. Like, this is when I become a martyr.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like, right. This is this context, like this sun behind my own spherical bulb. This is the one. This
sells it. I don't buy it any other way.
It's sainthood.
It works good.
In the digital age. Now, before we continue, does anybody have anything that they would like to emotionally resolve before the end of the show, or are we good?
I think so.
I guess. Ready for the next episode.
Well, let me, before you go in, Tris.
For the next episode?
Yeah. I was gonna say that the fact that it was like I pulled it from nihilism. I thought, well, this is sort of the tone of this. It's kind of a feel good, spooky, but these plucky kids pull it together.
Yeah.
Could easily just have been like fall back into that wall into oblivion.
Exactly, but for me, it's like I'm like, hey, I'll pay on that later.
Yeah,
that's not very 80s.
No,
conceptually, right? It isn't about that. It's like, let's get paid now. Maximum sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like
everybody's healthy.
Lots of butter.
Right.
Margarine.
I was gonna say
Flavacol.
I really like vibed on this like more than I thought I would.
Me too.
Like we've never played these characters like in person, so I didn't feel like I was missing something. Like I wasn't like, oh well, we're not at a table, so this is different. I was like, no, this is the realm in which it exists.
Mm-hmm.
Very cinematic. We don't actually like need to be there in person or whatever. And so it was like, and then also knowing that like you know, we're only doing so many of these and stuff. It's like all the pressure was off, and it was just like a sandbox to play in, where it was just like all joy, all joy is found within. It was just really great and therapeutic. I needed it, and thank you.
No, it was good. You know, and I hope that these micronutrients are offered also unto the Shadow Council. You know, whose hunger is substantial. To be sure.
I'll baby bird these micronutrients in.
Indeed, yeah. Convert it into a paste, please. Now, but that's the main thing is that, you know, that we've done the other, like our other characters and our other campaign, like we sort of know how that should feel and how we want it to feel. And, you know, when I was talking to Tris about this, I was just like, what if we make something that lives here, that belongs here, and it's for this, like it's for us to make these kinds of connections and to share this with each other. And I sort of feel like it worked.
Well,
worked for me.
Right?
We can't decide. We have to let the chat decide. What did you think?
But Jow.
Let us know in the comments.
Tris, this number.
Yeah, exactly. Like, subscribe. Tris, the Band-Aid is not optional anymore. Like it had just
it's so cute.
Because it matches the hair tone. Like it's fucked, man.
It's good.
No, it's
deeply
good.
Cute.
And she got a scrape on her. She hit her head.
Well, no, I was just gonna say. So next episode, have a couple Band-Aids on the left side, and we'll maintain it end to end.
I love it.
All right. Well, hey, thanks everybody on this side and that side of the screen. An absolute pleasure. Thanks also, of course, to Josh and the Shadow Chancellor. An absolute pleasure to work with all. A pleasure to sustain and feed those who have come to see the show. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.